following is a presentation of the Pontywood Sports Network.
Boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick, boom.
We can move it underground, bro. We can toss it all around, Joe.
Convert another first down and goal.
We're gonna take it all the way.
Chick, boom, chick, boom, chick.
We can start turning up the sound, yo. Another Tuesday round, slow.
Are you ready for the
Nick Brown Show?
Ready for the Nick Brown Show.
I'm ready for the Nick Brown Show.
Can you dig it?
Boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center. So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name. And they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Nick Brown Show here live from the Pizzeria, brought to you by Sabine State Bank. Having a little internet instability, much like we did in North DeSoto, but it eventually smooths out here because the internet here at Pizzeria is normally pretty good. So we've got Coach Nick Brown here in the middle. We've got Chris Wallington over here to our far left. Welcome, gentlemen.
Good
evening.
To be here on a Tuesday that is, it's the Tuesday before Poultry Festival season, so it's Poultry Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And your family is here tonight. We need to talk a little Poultry Festival at the end of the show.
They're all a part of the Poultry Festival. So my two youngest, they've got their songs they're singing at the festival, and then I don't think middle school does anything, so Camden's gets out of it. But then Grayson, they're So the two babies, my kindergarten and my first grader, they're getting ready to sing their songs about chickens. They never knew so much about chickens before we moved here.
Well, it's the only real requirement we have of moving to the district is learning a little bit about chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so there's that, and we have pizza coming in perfectly. We arranged with the staff to where when the pizza arrived, it would be piping hot, and it would be like an introduction. So here we go. Dun,
there we go.
Dun,
there it is.
Dun, 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 dun. The meat. No, this is go right over here. This is the Coach's Meat Lovers. Right
come on
here.
behind us there.
These are the professionals that are making it happen.
The pizza artisans.
Yes.
So thank you very much for that. Appreciate it.
Subway has sandwich artists. We got pizza artists.
That's right.
That's
correct.
I was worried I wouldn't get pizza if you lose 2 in a row. I thought we didn't get pizza anymore. So.
Well, we considered not giving you the one you wanted. 3 in a row it'll just be like
I won't show up at that.
But no, that's not the way it works. We will learn about last week. We'll look ahead to this week and what else is going on in Rough Rider land as you join us for the Nick Brown Show. We'll be right back with the info after this.
Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance in the Center has the agents to take care of all your insurance needs. They remind you to update your policy after a life change, never put off the death policy conversation, and always have home insurance or renter's insurance. Whatever your insurance needs or questions are, or even if you need to make a payment, Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance in Center.
JBA Financial Services brings you Coach Talk, and there's a reason for that. John Black knows that when you're preparing for an important game, you need a plan. And they'd like to be a part of the details, the X's and O's of that plan. He's put together a good team, a coaching staff that would help you and your family get where they want to go. At JBA Financial Services, they're working to secure your family's future. So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We've talked about our pizza tonight. Now we're going to move on to.
No, but
before
we do, tell me about this. This is one that I wouldn't order because I didn't really even know the terminology. Explain this pizza, Charles.
Oh, well, first of all, let me tick it back to pizza of the night, then.
Yeah, okay.
on the talking board.
Right.
But it's got your buffalo sauce instead of tomato sauce.
Oh,
it's going to have buffalo sauce and ranch.
Okay.
Kind of a ranch base, and it's going to have the chicken on top of it.
Yeah. And here's the deal: that buffalo sauce has got a kick.
Yeah.
It's got a little kick.
Well, I'm good with kick. It's buffalo sauce is one of those things that doesn't really describe. Tomato sauce, tomato. Buffalo.
With buffalo wings, it's that same sauce.
Yeah.
It's the same sauce.
Okay, so it's buffalo wing sauce.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just not from the hide of a buffalo.
No, it's not. It was from something that was allegedly invented in Buffalo, New York.
Allegedly.
They say that. I've never seen proof.
I haven't either. They got the name, so I mean.
You say it enough, say it loudly enough, it becomes true.
That's true.
All right.
So there you go. We come call it in 598-7117.
That's right. So we'll move on to the Dangerfield game. And Coach, we've talked about it. It was just there's our EMS folks coming in. A disappointing evening for the Rough Riders because, we knew Dangerfield would be good. We've talked about this. We talked about this before last Tuesday.
Yeah.
That Dangerfield's really good. They punch up. They play teams, bigger schools, and a lot of times they have a losing record in pre-district, and that doesn't mean that they're not still playing well after Thanksgiving.
Right.
And it started out great. We run a kickoff back, get to midfield, and then a brilliant play call in the first play of the game when we score a touchdown.
Yeah, and I can't take credit for that play call. That was my son Camden.
Yeah.
So he's in sixth grade. He's our ball boy, and he looks at me before the game and goes, "Daddy, let's run Vert's first play." He's like, "Okay." And then so I go and ask Easton. I said, "Hey, buddy, what do you run first play?" He goes, "I kind of like Vert." He's like, "All right, then. There we go. When two say it, let's do it." So should have had Camden calling the game the whole time.
Camden is here. So
yes,
perhaps
he is
before
here.
the end of the show, we can get his version of this.
Yes.
Well, here's the deal. He gets very emotional about it.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, he's great. But he's my little. He has his own huddle account. And he watches film with me.
That's all right.
And he actually drafted my fantasy team for me. I'm 3-1.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's a little football genius. So he's doing real well. But he's at every game. He's at most practices. Like he was there today, and he's with me at practice. So that's the awesome part about coaching is getting to have your family around. But no, Dangerfield, and that's our kids knew that, and our coaches knew that, and we stressed that all week. Like don't. Because kids are kids, and they're going to see 0-3, and they're going to see the film like, okay, oh man, they got murdered last week. They played Pleasant Grove, who's you know what I mean? Like they're top 5 in the state, so like that's the caliber of team they're playing. So, but they're it was a combination of a bunch of different things. I felt like we came out flat. Even after that first drive, I told him, I said, we played very complimentary football that whole first quarter. Offense was doing well, defense well, and then all of a sudden the wheels fell off, and we weren't. I think we counted it up defensively. We were only lined up correctly 35% of the time. So when you add up all the plays and you look at our defensive alignment pre-snap, we were only lined up correctly 35% of the time. And offensively, we didn't execute very well. Felt like up front, I don't think we were quite prepared for their level. I think we got out-physicaled, which is something that we stress with our offensive line. So my hand looks like this. I cut the crap out of it today, working drills with the O-line. And we stress that physicality, wanting to shock people with how physical we are from the get-go. And I just felt like we didn't do that. And ultimately, all those things fall back on us as the coaches and me as the head coach that we got to get better at those things.
Well, Dangerfield always has skilled athletes.
Oh, for sure.
They're always going to have guys that are fast. Their running back, I thought, was tough but slippery too.
He's also one of the best linebackers we've faced all year.
Really?
Number 0. Yeah, again, he's in our scouting report on both sides of the ball, and with something like that, it's hard to judge just how good a kid is on film until you see it in person. Right. And so that was something that we stressed all week. But again, he was really good at quarterback, got rid of the ball very quickly. They ran good routes. They're really good up front.
Yep.
They're a really good football team. Coach Nelson does an incredible job over there and does do that. They punch up 1 or 2 divisions every year because they want to make sure that they're ready for when it gets to district and playoff time. They're ready to go.
Right.
And they do a great job over there. And I think our kids, it's one of those things you say after a loss. Like you learn a lot from a loss. You learn who you are, and we're still trying to find our identity. I think we found where we're at. Today's practice is probably the best we have. But yeah, Dangerfield is they're going to do special things.
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
seems like they have an annual meeting with Newton around the regional semifinal or so.
Yeah.
But that my Ray Jones Chevrolet key to the game, I really thought that we could really have our way with them up front. I really thought that our offensive line would bully them and push them around, and that just didn't happen.
No, so that hurts my heart because that's where my heart is.
Well, and ours too.
Those are the guys I work with the most. And, we were coming off the ball high. We weren't coming off the ball on time. We were slow off the ball. We weren't taking very good first steps. Our hand placement was off. And all those things add up. And that's what I tell those guys. I said, you're 5 individuals, but you're really one position.
You're a unit. Yeah.
You have to work together. And when one guy's not doing it, like we had to play where we're trying to run, wide zone to the left and one guy steps to the right. And then you knock off another guy and there's 2 guys unblocked now. And so just little things like that, just not very focused. And again, all that falls back on me. But definitely Monday, we spent about 15 minutes on the block and sled. And we just drove that sucker until Big Jamie puked. Like we drove that sucker until we were – making sure that they understood how important it was to come off low, hard, and fast and have a freaking mean streak and get after it.
So you did what teachers do, you reteach.
Yes.
You figure out what the problem is and you reteach. I've always been fascinated about the teaching end of it, and what I've enjoyed about these shows. You are a fine teacher. Rick was a good teacher, Rick Meeks. The first 2-3 games, some of those fundamental things being lined up wrong didn't happen. I mean, they happened some, but you taught them what happened so that.
Well, a lot of times you can make mistakes, and this is nothing against anyone we've played, but mistakes. We were still making the same mistakes that we made against Spring Hill, but Spring Hill wasn't Dangerfield. Spring Hill wasn't North DeSoto, and so when you can get away with little things like when your first step is wrong on the O-line, you can make up for that when that guy is not as good as 56 was from Dangerfield. You know what I mean? Yeah. But when you play a really good team, those little mistakes get exposed, and I think that's a big piece of, again, part of that learning process. And that's a big piece of what happened Friday night was we thought we could get away with it still maybe, and we couldn't. And so that's just, running the wrong route, cutting a route at 5 instead of running it to 10 or whatever it might have been. It just, that's one of those things that you work on and work through. But as a teaching part of it, so we went back this week to the fundamentals. We worked on formations, we worked on plays, we worked on our base stuff. We pared a bunch of stuff down and simplified everything from offense and defense. And we had a long, very long conversation as coaches on our Sunday meeting. And we,
did the good Lord soften your heart slightly?
Well, I didn't go to church on purpose because I wanted to be good and mean. No, we have a great coaching staff. We have a lot of experience. Guys have been in a lot of places. We do have some young guys that are inexperienced, and so a lot of that there we're coaching kids and we're coaching coaches, and we're teaching kids how to play the game. We're teaching coaches how to coach the game, and so you kind of have this dynamic where you have to make sure you're taking care of both. But at the end of the day, the kids are the most important part. So that's kind of was our message on Sunday during our coaches meeting. And I watched church online, so I didn't just not go.
Okay.
We watched our family church back in Aubrey.
Oh, okay.
And
your brother?
Yes, my brother.
Right.
Yeah. And so, but no, we met and I just said, guys, here's the deal. If at the point where we can continue to gripe about, well, kids this, kids that, that's not how this works, because we're responsible for what they do. And so if they're messing up, then it's something we're not teaching them, we're not being clear enough with, that we need to make sure we get right. And so I felt that we did that Monday, and then today was probably our best practice that we've had. And we kind of put more on them during our team time. We went against our starting defense, went against our starting offense. We went ones-on-ones, and we drove the field, moved the ball. I made it a competition, so I told the defense, hey, if the offense scores or gets plus yards or whatever, you got up downs. offense, if we have a negative play, a busted play, or we have a turnover or whatever, we have a 3 and out, then we have up downs. And so we made it a competition.
To the uninitiated, what's an up down? Or what are they?
So basically, you're standing up. I should have Cam to come demonstrate.
We called
them
them grass drills.
Yeah, or some people now, I think the cool thing now is they're called burpees. So you just get your feet moving. When you hear the whistle, you hop down, hit your chest, and pop up as fast as you can. So yeah, but we always call them just up down. So
I thought burpees were squat thrusts.
See, I don't see. See, that's the thing. You never know. It depends on where you're from. I don't know. We'll get Josh Burns in here. I know he does the CrossFit stuff. I think he can show us what one is.
But I mean, and my deal when we did I think ups and downs is like you're jogging in place and then you blow the whistle and you go down.
Yeah, that's
and then
what
you
we're.
hop
Yeah,
up.
that's it. That's the up down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That's not a pleasant experience.
No, it doesn't sound good. Sounds like I'd be motivated to make the play.
We did have a very good team session because they did not want to do those up downs.
I bet not.
Well, there you go. That's and all that kind of perfect storm happened in front of a homecoming crowd.
So
but
here's the other thing. I'm going to say this. I did not want to pick Dangerfield for freaking homecoming.
Was not a good homecoming choice.
Oh, we made that clear, Coach, in the live stream and to their people that this was not your decision.
This was above my pay grade.
Right, and it's okay. It's fine.
I mean, did y'all do burpees and up downs at?
In tennis?
No, in
one-act play?
Camp Uwani. Camp Uwani,
where Better Youth Arises. There were a couple of years in the 80s and 90s to where some football players were counselors, and they thought that'd be a good way to discipline the 8-year-olds. That didn't go very far. But, yeah, it was homecoming. I wore my 40th year anniversary homecoming reunion shirt.
I was 1 year old.
That makes me happy. Good time, though. And homecoming has now come and gone, and we're moving on now to Madisonville. We'll talk about them in a moment. The Coach Talk, we had their JBA financial commercial before we went to this section. We appreciate them with their Coach Talk here and during the games. And now Camp Uwani is our halftime analysis sponsor. The Colonel, Matt Gregory, has been a part of Camp Uwani since, mid-1990s.
The Colonel wasn't much happier than you.
No, he wasn't.
Friday night. He was unusually quiet, a man of few words.
Yeah.
That
and it worked because we were able to get to more interviews of other people. But yeah, you could tell he wasn't real happy. So Camp Uwani, we'll hear from them. We'll be back to talk about what else is going on in the world of Rough Rider sports and our Rider of the Night when we come back.
The team at McAdams Propane is committed to fueling generations of East Texans, and the work Billy Bob and Lisa McAdams started is growing under Josh's leadership. What began in Center has grown into Livingston and Marshall, Henderson and Carthage. For propane, it's McAdams.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with best of Nacogdoches and best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Go.
Okay, welcome back to the Pizzeria. It's the Coach Nick Brown Show brought to you by Sabine State Bank. Thank you to Sabine State Bank for doing this now for, I think, the third year as the presenting sponsor along with Pizzeria. So, Rider of the Night could be Rider of the Week. It's usually a player, but shoot, it could be a volleyball player. It could be a long-distance runner, tennis player, trainer. So, who would your selection be?
So mine's going to have to be, this week we're going to change it up a little bit. It's going to be Emmy Wolf.
Really?
Yes, because here's why. Because she does cheer, she does volleyball, she does tennis.
Yeah.
So right now she's a 3-sport athlete.
Yeah.
And she came in this week. She had been telling her mom that she had like these really bad blisters on her feet. Her mom's like, yeah, suck it up, it's blisters. Buddy, when she got to the training room, I know we got pizza out here. I'm talking like nasty. And she got them treated, got them taped up, didn't miss a match, didn't miss a game, like just fought through it and was out there cheering. Wore those poor girl wore her homecoming court shoes and in the parade.
Oh
so
yeah, and the home.
yeah, and the home. I mean, she was in that. And so with everything she's got going on top of that. So to me, that's the definition of being tough, fighting through adversity. So Emmy Wolf is our rider of the week.
How awesome!
Yeah,
yeah. I was going to say, is it Daniel? Is Mendoza is the cross country?
Yes. Yeah.
Would have been my nominee. He's straight up won some meets.
Oh yeah, he's always scoring points.
And then when I go up to the band and I announce the band, I always get to announce the band member of the week. Well, he was band member of the week too, chosen by the band directors and his peers. I thought he had a pretty good week, but no, he didn't have blisters. I don't think so. That's a pretty good pairing.
Yeah, that's a good 1-2.
That's one of the things I love about center is everybody does everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not just a kid that does just one thing. Like and like this weekend, we have kids that have like 50 chickens are getting ready to for the poultry festival on top of all the sports they do or all the things they do. It's awesome.
And we're right on the precipice, Coach. Schools a little bit larger than us start creating specialists.
I'm not in for that.
I
think we talked about that on the first show. I'm not in for that.
It's generalists, I think, are better prepared for a world of adversity and a variety of it. But smaller schools, it's easy to do. We're right on that precipice, but we've managed to keep it. And the only way that happens, by the way, is folks like you being willing to share some of your athletes with the ag people and with the other sports and with something like one-act play or the band or whatever, and vice versa.
I went to a high school like that. I played football and baseball, did powerlifting through shot and disc. I look at my kids. I mean, my girls, they love volleyball, they love softball, they love to cheer. Camden plays football, basketball, baseball. He actually likes running track. It's weird. But they love everything. And so I look at them and say, how can I, go somewhere, be somewhere, and then tell them, hey, even though you love all of these things, you have to pick one.
Yeah.
Because if you don't pick one, you won't get to play.
Right.
I don't like that.
I'm glad that we have that element in Center, Texas. That's our Rider of the Week, brought to you by Center Motor Company, who brings you the Center Rough Rider Player of the Game, regardless of the sport. Center Motor Company's been there for a long time. We'll hear from them and others, and then we'll hear about what the other sports, like the ones Emmy's involved with, what they're up to. We'll be right back.
When it's broken, it's got to be fixed. You've got to get from one place to the next. But wouldn't it be great if you didn't have to take out a loan to get it repaired? Don't worry, there's East Texas Auto.
Here at East Texas Auto, you can be reassured that your vehicle will be well taken care of and serviced, as communication and transparency are our #1 drivers.
Find them on Highway 96 North.
Hey, y'all got a dirty truck.
Well, then take it to Joe's Car Spa for a spa day.
At Joe's, they make them shine.
And they're standing by to work with the community.
They was elected Best of Shelby County this year, and it's called Joe's, but it probably ought to be called Reed, since Reed Grant owns it.
So, Billy Don, when it's time for your car or truck to have a spa day, where do you take it?
I don't know where.
These Pineywood sponsors back our county teams. First National Bank in Tenaha backs the Tigers. Kay's Hardware in Joaquin backs the Rams. Rancho Grande in Timpson says go Bears. And Sandy Creek Land Enhancement is backing the Dragons. They support our county teams, and they also back the Riders. So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Well, Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name. And they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank is also a fully modern bank with 24-hour online access to your accounts and services ranging from teller services to some of banking's more complicated things. Looking for a place to grow? It's Sabine State Bank. You're watching the Coach Nick Brown Show
Live from the pizzeria, the coach is in the house.
We're back. Camden just brought us some paper towels, which I needed bad. I made a rookie mistake. I took a bite of the buffalo.
Told you.
And I put my lips on it. My lips were on fire, but Camden saved me with the towel.
Yeah.
Whoo, that is really good.
Johnny on the spot.
It is. It has a kick. You tried to tell me.
Here, throw one of them on there for me.
Okay.
I love them things. Give me a couple.
Okay.
We can bring back the work sticks one of these times.
The work
Oh,
sticks.
well,
I've been
they were
craving
real
the
close.
work sticks.
That'll be next week.
Okay. We got it. The work sticks.
Yes.
From the pizzeria. Well, Nick, in addition to football, other sports are going on, and at least two of them are kind of getting close to their playoff season. We'll start with tennis. I know you have something.
Yeah, I did. So I want to make sure I got it all in there because
Yeah.
they play a lot of tennis. It's hard to keep up with how much tennis they got going on. So I think in the last 4 days, Coach Dyke said they went 2 out of 3. So they beat Palestine, lost one to Lindale, and then they beat Hudson yesterday 18-1. And then when they finished out as like 25-1 with the extra matches they played. So they're 11-4 on the season, 4-0 in district. And then I think our next match is Monday, against Tyler Legacy. And so they're rocking and rolling.
Did he give you the score against Lindale?
Yeah, so the Lindale score, no, he didn't. They won over Hudson 18-1. Yeah, I said that one. And I didn't get scores for Palestine or Lindale.
In the past, Hudson has been the most challenging team in the district.
Yeah.
Obviously not so much this year. Lindale, though, is a power.
It usually is, yeah.
Yeah, it goes back into the 90s and 80s and beyond. And
What's the birthplace of Miranda Lambert?
It is,
Yeah.
in fact. It is, in fact. And it is also the birthplace of some mighty fine tennis programs over the year. And we've beaten them a few times.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty good barometer.
Yeah.
If you're in the match with Lindale, you're probably going to be all right.
Well, that's what Coach Dykes told me, going in, into that. He said we're going to have a tough. There she goes right in front of it. You're fine.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's a work in a restaurant. Yeah.
Those were cheese sticks, by the way, everyone that came by. Those are the world famous cheese sticks. My family, we already tore up that one pizza, so they got him some extras.
The cheese pizza didn't survive, did
No,
it?
it did not. But no, the Miranda Lambert joke, that's with my wife. So my wife's originally from Oklahoma. Don't blame her. I got her here as quick as we could.
Okay.
But every time we drive out east on I-20, we drive through Lindale, and I tell her, like, hey, this is the birthplace of Miranda Lambert. So, yeah.
Y'all ever make a pit stop at the Pink Pistol or whatever that?
No, we haven't
place
done
is?
that yet.
It's a good venue.
Yeah.
It's a good place to listen to live music.
Yeah.
Well, Laura Shires likes to stop there and
do a little shopping?
Do a little shopping.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if there's a Buc-ee's within a mile off we're going to hit that Buc-ee's. And we'll drop about $200 in there between the 4 kids and my wife going through the home goods section and getting the different candies and all that stuff. So we never get out of there for less than we never stop there for gas.
You thought about you had the idea first of Buc-ee's.
I did. It's one. Well, first of all, I'll just say this: Ella and I have about 8 or 9 Buc-ee's T-shirts the same because we always get one. The same with the beaver on it. But yes, I had the idea. I could kick myself. Used to drive when I would go to in college. I would drive through there because I'd go to UT, go to Austin, and I used to think right there. I was like, there needs to be like this great. Because there used to be like 3 or 4 just little gas stations right there on each of the corners. I was like, they're going to tear all those down, put in one big great convenience store, and I thought put a Starbucks in it.
Yeah.
And so I had the general idea, but I didn't do it. And
look at you now.
Mr. Bucky did it.
And in fact, here in just a minute, when we finish this, a lot of kids, Madisonville to
Oh, yeah. Mine are excited.
That's Buc-ee's.
Yep.
It is. It's Bucky.
Look at them. They're ready for it. They're ready for it.
Yeah. We're playing Buc-ee's. We're not even playing Madisonville. It's assumed the name. But
now all that stuff has grown up around it. There's a extremely expensive Christmas store right there.
Well, that's where my wife's stopping.
Yeah.
We're stopping the Christmas store.
We're stopping
there. Yeah.
And
it's nice.
The kind of stuff that you'd see in Chicago, it's in Madisonville. Why? Because of Buc-ee's.
Because of Buc-ee's.
And in Terrell, they have a whole part of town that's grown up around Buc-ee's with the movie theater and every fast food place you could ever want.
And a hotel in case you need
is.
to spend the night.
Yeah,
It's an outlet mall now. Yeah.
Buc-ee's, you might want to stay over.
Because there's so much in Buc-ee's, you can't do it in one
You
shot.
stay You stay in the hotel, but you leave the hotel to go to the bathroom in Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are the nicest.
But
that's the first thing my kids asked me when we moved out here because I lived in Denton or in Aubrey. So there's the
yeah.
Buc-ee's in Denton.
Right.
So that's 20 minutes from the house. There's Buc-ee's in North Fort Worth. That's 30 minutes from the house. Buc-ee's in Melissa. Buc-ee, So well, it's Madisonville. Well, how far is that? I don't want to tell you.
It's a lot longer
Yeah,
than
I got in trouble for that.
But it's more special now.
It is. It is very much more. It's a lot cheaper. We're saving a lot of money. Not being right down the road from Buc-ee's.
In addition, though, to tennis, the homecoming Friday, the cross country ran.
Yes, they did.
And how did they run?
They did well. I know we didn't win it overall, but I know we finished high and placed very well in it. Okay. Getting ready for district. And I think we actually go. I want to say it was either Jacksonville or somewhere. Anyways, went to a bigger meet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there is volleyball starting tonight.
Starting district play tonight
against Rusk.
Right, Rusk. Yep.
So
in Rusk.
And Larry's not doing the Rusk game,
no,
so we can't check in tonight. But that was really convenient last week.
Yeah, that was.
Okay, so good stuff going on across the Rough Rider world. In about, I think, 3 weeks, the Rough Rider Band will have its big contest in UIL, and perhaps we can get at some point. Coach Dykes and the band directors and your volleyball coach to come by and visit with us if they ever have a Tuesday free. But I know that's for volleyball. That's particularly
volleyball. That's pretty hard. Yeah.
But maybe when the season's over, we can have.
Oh
it
yeah.
come in. Well, there you go. Don't go away. We have the most important part of the night: the preview of Buc-ee's, Madisonville, coming up next.
Well, hold on. Before you go, we have a Piney Woods update.
Oh, that's right. What all Larry's doing, and I need to know this. Where's my pen? Go ahead.
So Larry tonight is in Timpson. They're battling Elysian Fields in volleyball.
Okay.
Looks like it's about to start. The varsity is apparently about to start. I've got it loaded
a little
up
bit
here.
later. All right.
Last week at this time we were monitoring because it was Timpson versus Center.
Right.
Timpson ultimately ended up getting revenge on us and getting and taking that match. And then Friday, he's going to be, I think it's Timpson again against Carlisle. No, it's Shelbyville versus versus Carlisle. Which both of those, it is Shelbyville versus Carlisle. Both of those schools are NETSN properties, so he's gonna cover that game.
Very good. Is it in Shelbyville? Or is he traveling?
It is. It is in Shelbyville because it's a very important night because that's when they're going to be presented with the Lone Star Cup. So, yeah.
Lone Star. Do you know what the Lone Star Cup is? He asked the audience. It's a big
deal.
It's the cup you get for having the most points in all the UIL events, from football all the way to baseball, and including band and UIL.
Spelling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it's a UIL contest, you get the points, and they're the 2A Lone Star Cup champions.
Yeah.
That just pretty much you're able to say we're the best school in 2A.
Right.
I mean, that's debatable, but you can hold that cup up and say, debate this.
That's some fact.
Yeah,
we also get points for
stuff.
Debate. Yeah, it's a UIL event.
And you're not going to beat their debaters. I'll guarantee it. So that is a big deal. I'd like to be there for that, but I won't
too
be.
bad, 'cause
I'm
we're
going
gonna
to be in Madisonville.
Buc-eeville.
I'll be in Buc-eeville, where Madisonville used to be, to where they're playing the Mustangs. We'll talk about that.
The city formerly known as Madisonville.
Right. We'll be right back and we'll get to that.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the Pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center. One of the things that Scott Watson was passionate about was staying up to date. He wanted his facility to be comfortable, but not comfortable like you remembered it growing up. From the lobby to the spacious and modern chapel, Watson & Sons never stops getting better. The Watsons, their family serving yours. Over the years, most of us have collected a lot of stuff, but where is all that stuff? Down home. So when it starts piling up, you go with Down Home Storage. Climate-controlled place
for your down-home stuff.
We closed the pre-district schedule Friday night, traveled to Madisonville to do that. Madisonville, that's a good competition. A smaller school, but man, when you pull up and look at their stadium, who did they build this for? Who all's coming to these games? It's a huge stadium with a beautiful, lots of seats in it, and I like going there. What does Madisonville present?
So Madisonville is very similar to Dangerfield. They're very physical. They have a lot of speed. I think they have a 1-2 punch at running back that's very, very good. Quarterback does a great job distributing the ball, and kind of they're going to run the football, and so it's kind of going to be a test for our defense to kind of bow up and see what you're made of type situation. And defensively, they're also very good up front. They have their 2 inside linebackers are very solid players, and they're very sound. And I think that's something that that sometimes gives us little fits when teams are sound or when they give us alignment issues. But they're going to be very well coached. They're going to be in the right spots, and so it's going to be a very good test for us going into the bye week, getting ready to start district play. It's kind of a very nice ending to this pre-district, which is crazy to say we're already in week 5. That's bananas.
It's crazy. It just seems like yesterday when we were doing Pine Tree scrimmage.
Yeah. And it's a 3-hour bus ride, which is something that that's something you usually don't have until you get to late round of the playoffs. And but it's like I said, they're you can tell that they've been doing what they've been doing for a long time. Their coach does an incredible job down there. He was one of the first coaches I met when I moved here, because one of my first stops, my first week here was a junior high district track meet in Madisonville.
Right, yeah.
And got a chance to meet him and their AD, Rusty Nail. That's his real name.
Rusty Nail.
Yeah. We've
and
Nick Brown is a good coach name, but you can't stick with Rusty Nail.
No, Rusty Nail is a heck of a football coach name. But anyways, their facilities are incredible. Stadium's very nice. The backdrop there is awesome. It's going to be it's a good atmosphere, to play on a Friday night. So we're looking forward to it. Our kids are ready to get that sour taste out of their mouths. So
I bet.
They're ready for Friday.
Now last year they had a running back. He was like a cannonball. I mean, he was
couldn't tackle him. Oh yeah.
Is he back, or did he graduate?
So they all changed numbers. So when you watch last year's film, it looks very similar to the same guy. But but no, they have 2 that can go the distance, and again they've kind of in the same boat. They play like they played Malakoff, who I think won or played for the state title last year. Has won it a couple of times the last couple of years. Played Navasota, who's usually very good.
Yes.
They played Columbus, who they played Columbus last week. And again, they're playing good competition, and we've been playing good competition. Columbus won, and I think we're both 2-2 going into the game. And so it's going to be a good matchup. I feel like we match up with them up front, and I feel like that we give them some good, some fits, and then they're going to give us some fits. It's going to see, who can come out on top. It's going to be a very good game.
We're going to go to Buc-ee's and throw some fits.
Yep.
That's what I heard.
Get an icy. And, yep.
Get an icy and throw some fits. When we come back, we're going to have to check with this agent, but we hope to have a special guest to close the show as we look ahead to the remainder of the broadcast, week, all the different ways you can watch high school athletics. We'll wrap it up, hopefully with a special guest when we come back.
What's that old State Farm slogan, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there? Well, that could not be a better description than Chris Mayfield of Mayfield State Farm. Since he came to town close to 20 years ago now, he has been the quintessential good neighbor. The same thing true of his insurance agency, Chris Mayfield State Farm.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
Wow. Here with us is Camden Brown. And who is this?
So Camden is our oldest. He's our only boy. Poor kid. He's the only. Me and him are the lone wolves. We got 3 girls we have to live with in the house. 4 counting mommy. Yeah. But he's kind of my right hand guy. So ever since he was a little kid, he's been with me. He kind of grew up in the field house, and so he's been at summer workouts, and he's been with me kind of ever since. And
Camden,
now he's.
Do you like practice?
Yeah, I mean, I liked helping out with practice and stuff. Like being able to help with the team. Like,
were you there today?
Yeah, I was there.
What did you do today?
I was just walking around, like just making sure like everybody was doing what they were doing.
And if they weren't, what would you do?
Oh, I would tell them.
He does. He gets
straighten
on.
up.
Yeah, fix it.
I
yeah.
get on with
Yeah, he does.
Now the best play of the night last week, and arguably one of the best plays of the season so far, was the first touchdown pass on the very first snap. Coach said before we went on the air that was not his idea.
It was not. So before that, I was like, okay, I was watching like some of the huddle thing, and they never play safety. They just play man. They pressed, and so I was like, why don't we just like throw a fade ball there? Can't cover it if we like can get it out quick. They have a good line, so we got to get it out quick. And we did it, and we scored. Just couldn't block anymore, and then whatever happened happened.
Is that 100% true, Coach?
That is 100% true.
He said he wanted to do it.
Well, the thing is too. What he also left out there was he goes, "Hey, Daddy, you've run it on the first play every time. You got to break your tendencies."
Oh yeah.
Got to break your tendencies.
Freaking kidding me? So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
So
I'll
he
call
said,
the plays from now on.
No, you're not calling all of them. I'll definitely take your input more seriously, I guess. Yeah.
You can't call all of them.
I've told you every game, throw it deep. Let's set the momentum. You never do it.
Yeah.
One time you did, we scored.
Look here, if you ever want to be on the show again, you can keep your mouth shut.
And I also heard something that you play a bunch of different sports.
I do. Right now, I'm obviously not playing football right now, but hopefully I can play basketball in the winter, and then I'll play baseball in the spring.
Okay.
And spend this summer conditioning
And you do you do track? You run?
No, I'm too slow for that.
You throw disc and shot.
I can throw disc.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're
I can
you're
throw.
field.
I can't run.
You're field. Okay, that's fine.
I'm not track. I'm
So
too slow.
this is a man of many talents and many cleats, and so it's good to
We're all too
know
small.
that there is a brain behind the operation.
There is,
It's Camden. It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, there you go. We're going to take a quick break just so we can reset and finish up. This is a free break. We'll be back in 20 seconds. Don't go away.
You're watching the Coach Nick Brown Show, live from the pizzeria. The coach is in the house. NETSN and Pineywood Sports Network say thank you to the sponsors who back the riders all year long. Ace Hardware is the place. Center Tire, always tops and tires, now expanding their service. And Covington Lumber, your third generation supply store and lumberyard.
All right, time to wrap things. That was journalism right there.
Yes, it was.
We dug deep and we found the real story.
Man, he was talking jargon and stuff.
He was. This could be a coach.
I'm telling you what. I mean, the Colonel might be in trouble. He might be in trouble.
Colonel, I'm sorry, man. We got a better voice for the halftime analysis. That is great. So here's what you can be looking forward to in the world of Pineywood's the Pineywood Sports Network, PSPN. Tonight, flip channels. Larry is taking Elysian Fields in Timpson?
Timpson, yes. I would say Timpson's gone to Elysian Fields, but I think the Elysian Fields has come to Timpson.
Okay. So we have Tuesday night volleyball tonight that you're encouraged to watch, and then Friday night you have your choice. It's a pretty good game, sort of a toss-up according to the prognostic to the Vegas line.
Yeah.
With Price Carlisle visiting Shelbyville at halftime or pregame one, Shelbyville will be awarded the Lone Star Cup, which is the greatest honor. So he gets to do that, and I'm envious. We go to Madisonville to cover the Rough Riders and the Mustangs. Pregame shows at 7, and at halftime we're going to visit with the drum majors.
Yes.
And we'll talk to Coach Brown and hopefully with the player as well. All that's coming up at halftime. And I think for the first time we'll get a cheerleader interview.
Oh,
first time all year.
Well,
that
if they get there in time, and
that's right. If everything goes right.
But yeah, I mean, I think I just think this is going to be a great way to end the pre-district season with a great test, because I think this is, like Coach said, we have things that we can do, matchups that are in favor of us, and they've got matchups in favor of them. And this game has been close. The last every year that we've played it.
And if you look at the way the rankings from different places, the two teams are pretty similar. It's apples to apples for sure. 4A Division II, top 35 teams. So we'll be looking forward to the matchup. We'll be looking forward to you joining us. If you can't go all the way to Madisonville, it's all right. We'll do the driving for you. Just tune in to NETSN, and we'll make it happen for you. Thank you, Shires. Thank you to Coach Brown and to Camden Brown. On behalf of them
and the whole Brown family, they're all here.
Family, and they can eat some cheese pizza. I can tell you that. We'll be back. See you Friday and next Tuesday. Well, I don't know. We may not do it Tuesday. It's the off week. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to talk. Our people will talk to their people. But either way, we'll see you Friday night.
So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Well, Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name. And they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank is also a fully modern bank with 24-hour online access to your accounts and services ranging from teller services to some of banking's more complicated things. Looking for a place to grow? It's Sabine State Bank. So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Pineywood Sports Network, an affiliate of NETSN. God bless America.